For decades, we've been told a cosmic story with a spectacular ending. In about 4.5 billion years, our Milky Way galaxy is doomed to collide with its bigger neighbor, Andromeda. It's a headline you've probably seen. A future so distant it feels like science fiction. But what if I told you that story is changing? What if the collision we thought was inevitable isn't? Thanks to incredible new data, the story of our galaxy's future has been blown wide open. The cosmic crash we were all waiting for might be more of a near miss, and the clues that unraveled this mystery have been hiding in the subtle movements of the stars themselves. To get what's going on, you have to know the players. Our home, the Milky Way, is a beautiful spiral galaxy with a few 100 billion stars, including our Sun. But for a long time, we thought we were outmatched. That title belonged to the Andromeda galaxy, M31. Located about 2.5 million light-years away, it's our closest major galactic neighbor and was considered a true behemoth with up to 1 trillion stars. However, recent measurements have started to even the score. When you factor in all the invisible dark matter, it turns out the Milky Way's total mass might be comparable to, or even greater than, Andromeda's. It seems our galaxy is no lightweight after all. For years, astronomers have tracked Andromeda's movement, and the data was clear. It's heading our way at a blistering 110 kilometers per second. But here's the twist. That only measures the speed toward us. To know if you're going to collide with something, you also need to know its sideways motion, or tangential velocity, and that's where everything got complicated. New, ultra-precise measurements from the European Space Agency's Gaia telescope have revealed that this sideways motion isn't a sure thing. The latest models, incorporating data from both Gaia and Hubble, now suggest there is only about a 50% chance of a collision within the next 10 billion years. The head-on crash, in 4.5 billion years we once thought was a certainty, the odds of that are now just 2%. This isn't a matter of if anymore, it's a cosmic coin toss. You could say the galaxy's invisible halos of gas and dark matter are already starting to brush past each other, but the main event is far from guaranteed. So, what happens if we lose that coin toss and these two titans do collide? The word collision is a bit misleading. It's not a cosmic car crash, it's something far stranger. The most important thing to know is that galaxies are mostly empty space. Here's a way to think about it. If the Sun were a single grain of sand, the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, would be another grain of sand 4 miles away. Now, picture two gigantic clouds of these sand grains passing through each other. The chances of any two grains actually hitting are practically zero. The same goes for stars. When the Milky Way and Andromeda merge, almost no stars will physically collide. Instead, the whole show will be run by gravity. It would be a silent, powerful struggle that reshapes everything. As the two galaxies pass through each other, their immense gravitational pulls would distort their spiral arms. Stars would be yanked from their neat orbits and thrown onto wild, new paths. Long, brilliant streams of stars and gas, called tidal tails, would be pulled from each galaxy, painting glowing arcs across the cosmos. And what about us? What would this mean for Earth? Well, the solar system itself would likely survive. But long before any merger, our own sun will make life here impossible. In about 1 billion years, the sun's increasing brightness will boil our oceans and sterilize the planet. By the time the galaxies might merge in 4.5 billion years, the sun will be nearing the end of its life. So, humanity won't have a front row seat. If we did, our solar system could be flung into a distant orbit, or even ejected from the galaxy entirely, becoming a lone wanderer in the intergalactic void. It's pretty mind-bending to think a story we thought was written in the stars is still so uncertain. Science is a journey of discovery, not a book of answers. If you want to keep exploring these cosmic questions with us, take a moment to subscribe, and you won't miss where we go next. Now, let's imagine our descendants found a new home and could watch this all unfold. If a merger were to happen, the view would be spectacular. While stars would glide past each other, the huge clouds of gas and dust in each galaxy, the stellar nurseries, would not be so lucky. They would slam into each other, compressing the gas and triggering a burst of star formation on an unbelievable scale. The new merging galaxy would light up with the brilliant blue glare of millions of massive young stars. These stars burn hot and die young, ending their lives in dazzling supernova explosions. For millions of years, the sky would be a canvas of cosmic fireworks. To any observers, Andromeda, now just a faint smudge of light, would grow over millions of years into a majestic swirling disk in the night sky, possibly appearing even larger than the moon. Its spiral arms would be visible to the naked eye. Then, as the merger began, the sky would transform. The familiar band of the Milky Way would twist and warp under Andromeda's gravitational pull. The night would be set ablaze with glowing nebulae and fierce new star clusters, a slow-motion masterpiece painted across the heavens for billions of years. Section 4. The Ghost of a Future Galaxy. After hundreds of millions of years of this chaotic dance, the two galaxies would have passed through each other multiple times, completely scrambling their stars. At the heart of each galaxy sits a supermassive black hole. The Milky Way's Sagittarius A is about 4 million times the mass of our Sun, but Andromeda's is a monster, weighing in at over 100 million solar masses. In a merger, these two giants would begin a slow, inward spiral, eventually combining into an even larger black hole. Over another billion years or so, the chaos would settle. The stars would fall into new random orbits, forming a giant, bowl-like shape. The elegant spiral arms of both galaxies would be gone, replaced by a massive elliptical galaxy, a galaxy some astronomers have nicknamed Milkomeda. This new galaxy would be older, redder, and larger than its parents. The era of frantic starbirth would be over, leaving behind a quieter, more mature galaxy. From a planet within Milkomeda, the night sky would be profoundly different, not a familiar band, but a dense, uniform blanket of stars in all directions. Conclusion. The evolving story of the Milky Way and Andromeda is a powerful reminder of what science is all about. The universe isn't a static, unchanging place with a predictable fate. It's a dynamic, complex system, and our understanding of it is constantly changing. New discoveries can flip the script entirely. The collision we once thought was our destiny is now just one possibility among many. This isn't an ending. It's a new chapter in cosmic discovery. And when we look up at the faint light of Andromeda in our sky tonight, we're not just seeing a distant neighbor. We're looking at the ghost of a future that is, and may always be, beautifully uncertain.